Hi, my name is Darwin and I will explain some topics to you. The first one is fragment. Fragment is an incomplete group of words punctuated as if it were a sentence. Example: under the bed, period. As you can see, this group of words doesn't transmit a complete message. So I will fix it. And easy way, I will add a subject and a verb. The cat was under the bed, period. Now the fragment become a complete sentence. The next topic is comma splice. Comma splice occurs when joining two independent clauses with just a comma. Example: I'm thinking skipping composition class, comma, it's really difficult to understand, period. How can I fix it? Adding a conjunction. For example, I'm thinking skipping composition class, comma, for it's really difficult to understand, period. I can fix it changing the comma instead of a semicolon. Example: I'm thinking skipping composition class, semicolon, it's really difficult to understand. Also, we can place a period to separate the two independent clauses. I'm thinking skipping composition class, period. It's really difficult to understand, period. Now I will explain run-on sentences. Run-on sentences result from two or more independent clauses being connected without any punctuation. Example: Douglas is the most intelligent guy in the class. He always gets good grades, period. How can I fix it? Place a period, place a semicolon instead of a comma, or add a comma plus a fun voice. Possible solution: Douglas is the most intelligent guy in the class, comma, because he always gets good grades, period. Now I will explain to you rambling sentences. Rambling sentences, well, it is any sentence that is really long and contains too many independent clauses, which means that ramblers tend to contain many fanboys or words connecting independent clauses. Well, I will read an example because it's a little bit long. The other day, I went to my grandma's house, comma, and when I was there, I ate cookies, comma, and she gave me some soda. And then I went outside to pick apples from the tree, comma, but I fell and scraped my knee, comma, so she brought me back inside and helped me to wash it. Possible solution: the other day, comma, I went to my grandma's house, period. When I was there, comma, I ate cookies and drank soda, period. Then, I went outside to pick apples from the tree. Period. While doing that, I fell and scraped my knee. My grandma brought me back inside and helped me wash it. Period.
My name is Rodrigo Alonso Monterrosa Colindres, and in this opportunity, I would like to talk about mixed and illogical construction, multiparallelism, and dangling modifier. Now, let's start with the first one. What mixed and illogical construction is? It is a sentence that has incompatible elements. The sentence begins in one way, then shifts to a different structure. Let's see an example. One skill I envy is a person who can study despite noise and other distraction. As you can see, the word skill can modify person. Why? Because person don't have any function in this sentence, as well as the clause who and the verb can. So I have to delete those things and fix the sentence in the correct way. The correct version is: one skill I envy is the ability to study despite noise and other distraction. Now the sentence is modifying the ability to study, and the sentence makes sense. Now the second one, multiparallelism. Parallelism means that similar part of a sentence have the same structure. Verbs are with verbs, nouns with nouns, phrases with phrases, infinities are with infinities, as well as gerunds with gerunds. Let's see an example. Fulti. Amairani likes to swim, dance, cook, and play in soccer. As you can see, the sentence began with the infinitive to swim, then shift to an ing word at the end of the sentence, playing. The correct version is: Amairani likes to swim, dance, cook, and play in soccer. Now the sentence is correct because it used the correct structure, infinitive. 3. Dangling modifier. A dangling modifier is a word or phrase that modifies a word not clearly stated in a sentence. Example: confusing sentence. Running in the park, the bees beat her. Who was running in the park? Which is the antecedent for her? Can bees run? Not right. So the antecedent for her can be a person. And running can't modify bees. Why? Because bees is an animal, and in this case, the running in the park is talking about a person who is doing the action. Now the correct version. Running in the park, Andrea was beaten by bees. Thank you for listening. That was my participation. Now my classmate Manuel is going to continue talking about another topic.
Hello teacher, I hope you and your loved ones are doing great. Now I would like to talk about misplaced modifier and see some examples. A misplaced modifier is a word or phrase that modifies an unintended word, causing confusion or conveying an unintended meaning. As example, we have the following sentence. Ruben almost ate 5 sandwiches. As you can see, the modifier almost modifies the verb ate. That means that Ruben did not end up eating all the sandwiches, which is an unintended meaning. For a revised one, we have Ruben ate almost 5 sandwiches. Now, as you can see, the modifier almost now modifies 5 sandwiches. Now the sentence means that Ruben ate at least 4 sandwiches, but not 5. Now I'm going to explain you what we highlighted with the topic choppy sentences in our infographic. For choppy sentences, we understand that it occurs when we have too many independent clauses or simple sentences in a row, just separated by adding a period. As example for choppy sentences, we have the following. Doonesbury cartoons satirize contemporary politics. Readers don't always find this funny. They demand that new papers not carry the strip. As you can see, when choppy sentence occurs, we have, our writing sounds very disjointed and unsophisticated. For a revised one, we have the following. Doonesbury cartoon laugh at contemporary politicians, but readers don't always find this funny and demand that new papers not carry the strip. To avoid choppy sentences, all that we have to do is to add fanboys, or using subordination to make an independent clause, turn it to a dependent clause. Finally, I'm going to talk about shift sentences. A writer should avoid any unnecessary change in tense, mood, number, voice, person, and discourse. A shift in verb tense, we have the following. She caught the ball and then throws it to the catcher for the out. As you can see, the sentence began in the past and then shift to the present. For a revised version, we have she caught the ball and then threw it to the catcher for the out. Now the sentence is in past tense. Now we have shift in voice. The voice of the verb may be active or passive. So we have to use only one, either active or passive. As example of shift in voice, we have the following. When the children turned on the TV, a buzzing sound was heard. So we have to use active instead of passive. For a revised version, we have, when the children turned on the TV, they heard a buzzing sound. Now let's talk about shift in person. As you know, we have three persons, first person, second person, and third person. So if we are talking about they, we should keep the track and continue talking about they. Shift in person occur when we talk about, for example, third person, and then we shift to the first person. For example, we have, if someone wants to play games, you must follow the rules. For a revised version, we have, if someone wants to play games, she or he must follow the rules. Now I'm going to talk about shift in mood. Shift from indicative to imperative, change of position. As example, for shift in mood, we have the following. Take 2 pills and then you should call me in the morning. For a revised one, we have take 2 pills and then call me in the morning. We should use singular pronouns to refer singular antecedents or use plural pronouns to refer plural antecedents. As example, we have, when someone calls, tell them that